I'm riding with the top back, my bitch, her in the breeze. I don't know her nationality, she overseas.
How's it going, guys? Lid for 99 here today, coming at you with another life story. So, I'm playing some Boxhead 2 Play, in case you guys don't know what game this is, but, this is, like, super nostalgia, because, you know, played this game in, like, all of grade 5 and 6. This is my life back then. But anyways, I'm gonna bring the story today of the first time I tried K2. And a disclaimer, do not ever try this shit. It will fuck you up. It is so bad. Never do it, or I will be disappointed. Okay. Anyways, let's get into it. So basically, this all started in the summer of before grade 9, I think. It was either that or grade 10. I think it was grade 9 though. And basically, I was just hanging out with some friends. It was like me and two buddies and my older buddy who was like 18. So he's the one who booted for us. And we couldn't find any weed like all day. So we were like, what the fuck, man? What are we gonna do? And we were really bummed about that. So we were literally just scootering around. Because yes, I used to scooter. I'm a scooter fag and I'm proud. But we were so bummed and we were just like looking around all day for something to do. Someone had weed or something. And we couldn't find anything. And eventually my friend was like, you know what, man? I could find some K2. And I was like, because I didn't know what it was. I was like, whoa, man, what's that? And he like told me about it, and it didn't seem bad. He's like, yeah, it's super baked and stuff. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, bud. And I was just hyped, and I wanted to do it. So we all scootered down to the head shop, and because I don't know, it's legal where we are. I don't know if it still is, but yeah, he picked it up. And I also got my first piece that day, so it's like a double life story. But yeah, I got this really nice, like, silver, clear, red-eye glass piece. It was so nice. I dropped it like 100 times and it never broke. But I ended up losing it. But yeah, we kind of got that and we were super hyped. And then we're like, okay, man, let's do it. And he told me, he's like, okay, the lady in the shop said to only take like 1 or 2 hoots. And I was like, fuck that, bro. Let's go hard. And so we were smoking, man, you know, and we literally smoked 2 bowls of this shit. Like, we each probably took like 5 or 6 hits. And it was so funny while we were smoking. My friend was hitting it, and he sneezed while he was hitting it. Like, everything flew to the bowl. It was so funny. But, yeah, that happened. And then after smoking, we just kind of, like, went and scooted around, sat down for a bit, and we started scootering, and I was, like, starting to feel it, and I was like, dude, this is pretty sweet. And I remember we were, like, scootering, and I remember saying to my friend, I was like, yo, man, I feel like Yoda right now. And he like looked at me, he's like, dude, what are you talking about? And I was like, I feel like Yoda, bro. And I'm like, do you feel it, bro? And he's like, no, man. And I was like, alright, dude. And so we just continue on our way, and everybody just steadily gets more and more fucked up. And it got to the point where we were all like kind of started to like space out and freak out. And everybody was just getting really spacey as we were like scootering around. And I started getting kind of scared, and I had to go home. Like, I was fucked up and I had to like go home soon. And I started getting really nervous and stuff, and then that just started a whole chain of anxiety of like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? And then I don't know, I suddenly got on the track. I'm like, started thinking in my head, I was like, oh my god, I'm like too high, I'm gonna die. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a heart attack. And I was just freaking out. And then I started feeling so sick, and I was like, oh gosh, no. Oh god, I'm gonna throw up. And I was like, guys. I was like so pale, and I was like sweating, and I was like, guys, I think I'm gonna throw up. And then they started talking about it, and like, oh man, don't throw up, dude. And I forgot to mention this, but I actually didn't have my scooter that day, 'cause I had pneumonia. I don't know why I didn't say this earlier, because I'm stupid, but I had pneumonia, so my mom didn't actually let me ride anything, so I borrowed my friend's scooter and I was riding it. And so we were just like scootering, and I'm like, guys, I'm gonna be sick. And I like fall off my scooter, like fucking drop and roll off the scooter onto the ground, start throwing up everywhere, and I'm like, ugh! and it was so terrible. And I literally puked all over my friend's scooter, and he was so mad about it. And he's like, "Dude, what the fuck? Did you just puke on my scooter?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, I'm sorry. I'll clean it up." He's like, it's fine." And we keep on going. And my other friend started freaking out too. And there's some Asian guy behind us, just walking, and I don't know why, but he got really scared about it, and he thought he was gonna like find out about us or something. And he literally just left our group and just dipped down an alley, and I didn't see him till the next day. Like, he just ran away back to his house, I think. It was so funny. We were all so scared for him. But yeah, from their point, I had to go home, so I left the rest of the group, and I was like, "Guys, I'm going home." And I took this kid's scooter that ran away, and I told the rest of the group, I'm like, "Guys, I'll leave this scooter in a bush so he can go get it." And they're like, "Okay, man." And yeah, I basically just hid his scooter in some random bush in our neighborhood, because we all live in the same neighborhood. And it was so funny looking back on it, but it was so scary. And yeah, I literally just got off my scooter and walked home, and I felt so sick again, and I threw up again on my way home. I like sat down on the curb and just started puking again, and there was like cars driving by looking at me. This one lady pulled over. She's like, "Are you okay, young man?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine," as I'm like throwing up and wiping vomit off my shirt. And she's like, "Okay," and she drove away, because, you know, people don't care. And I finally made it home after a traumatizing journey. The whole time I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna die." And I don't know why, but I felt like this was just me being stupid, but I like thought in my head that my brain was turning into liquid from this stuff. As I don't know, I was just so fucked up that I didn't know what was going on. And I was so scared. And I was like, "Oh god, I'm gonna die." And I literally just got home and I walked in the door, and my mom looked at me in the face and she's like, "Anton, you look so bad right now." And I'm like, "Yeah, Mom, I'm so sick. I shouldn't have gone out," because like I was really sick. I had pneumonia. Like, that's really bad. I shouldn't have gone out in the first place, but I wanted to hang out with my friends. And yeah, literally just went home, and I'm like, "Mom, I'm just gonna go upstairs and go to bed." And I made myself a giant ass glass of Kool-Aid. Went upstairs, almost threw up in my bed, but I managed to hold it in. And literally just went to bed and slept for like 12 hours. Like, I remember I went to bed at like 8 o'clock and woke up at 12 the next day. It was so bad. But yeah, that was the story of the K2 experience. And guys, please don't try this. It's really bad for you, and you can get addicted to it, and it's super bad. And yeah, I have one more story about this shit, but I'll tell that another time. So have a great day, guys, and you know, yeah, peace out.